Hello everybody, I'm Sanji. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much. I appreciate your checking me out. And if you have been here before and you know the drill, I want to take this time to personally thank each and every one of you. I appreciate your time. I know that you can spend it anywhere in the world. And the fact that you choose to spend some with me definitely does my heart good. So, without further ado, we're going to get into the next video. So for those of you that are new around here, all I ask, a couple of things. Check the video out. Make notes as you need to, because we're all here to just learn about each other. And then at the end of the video, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe, share, like, but most importantly, leave a comment. That's right. I want to hear your thoughts because, as I said, we're all here to learn and share. I give you my viewpoints on the subject matter, but of course, this is you, this is your life, and your experiences matter also. So we're here to learn from each other. Okay? So you got it? Just remember in those comment sections, please be kind to each other, respect each other's points of view, even if it's different than yours. Okay? Alrighty, so let's get into it. This video is about how to argue with your mate based on the sun sign. Now, it doesn't have to just be about a mate. It can be how you can have a heated discussion with a friend or family member. But this is really the goal of the video, is to help you effectively communicate with that other person, okay? Now, every sun sign has a different strategy for how they go about dealing with confrontation and conflict, okay? Now, some sun signs, that was a tongue twister, will avoid it altogether. They will avoid confrontation like the plague. They don't like it, they don't want it, and they're out of here. But there are other sun signs that they welcome it. They also might invite it in because they just like the energy and the exchange. So the point of this video is to help you navigate if you are one of those people that you avoid it like the plague, but your mate happens to enjoy mixing it up a little bit, okay? The problem here is that when those instances happen in our relationships with other people, it can also be the detriment of the relationship. I mean, if you have a partner that they just enjoy the drama of heated exchanges, that can be a little exhausting, even if you think the world of that person. Well, with a little astrological understanding and some conflict strategy resolutions, you can get your point across to your mate in the most effective way. And in some instances, not only will your partner hear what you're saying, I'll teach you how to win the argument. Now, clear communication is essential and the bedrock of any strong relationship, friendship, okay? Without communication, you're not gonna go very far because chemistry is only gonna go so far, but even in chemistry, there has to be effective communication, okay? And people actually associate the way you communicate with the type of person that they think that you are. For example, if your approach to conflict is to immediately fly off the handle because you don't think that you're being heard, well, those around you will label you a hothead. Is that true? Maybe, maybe not. But wouldn't it be better for people to understand where you're coming from so that they can hear your point of view as opposed to repelling the moment that they think that you're in disagreement? Because nothing goes anywhere. We have people that perhaps are quite strong in their delivery of their opinion. Doesn't mean that they're angry or that they're bullying you. They just may have a strong way that they deliver it. Well, if you're one of those people, you too can check out the video to perhaps soften your delivery so that people can receive what you're trying to say, okay? And did you know that by delving into your astrological sign or the astrological sign of the other person, perhaps your boss, you can definitely figure out a more effective way to communicate and be heard, okay? So now keep in mind, your sun sign is not the only determinant of how you handle conflict and conflict resolution, okay? You would have to look at the person's entire birth chart to get them figured out pretty much to a science. However, it can help, okay? You also want to take a look at a person's Mars sign. So you want to look at your Mars sign and the Mars sign of your partner or the person that you're trying to better communicate with, and that will give you an idea really on how to get through to the problem if this is an issue that is really concerning you, because a person's Mars sign rules their assertive and driving force behind their actions and their feelings. Your Mars sign is your verb, so that's what's your call of action. But we can take a look at the sun sign, and the sun sign will give us some clues on how to navigate conflict with that person, okay? All the 12 zodiac signs have their own specific way of communicating with other people, in particular, their partners, okay? So sit back, let's get ready. Let's take a look at how the sun sign for each person can be better understood and how you can take the knowledge of how they communicate and be heard more effectively. And if you play your cards right, win the discussion. Okay? So get your pens and paper ready. Let's get into it. Let's talk about how your sun sign has an argument. And if you're involved with that person, how you can score a win. Stay tuned right after this. How to win an argument against a Sagittarius? Well, let's talk about it. Okay, so first of all, Sagittarians, for the most part, are disinterested in talking about feelings, okay? Especially heavy, downtrodden feelings, and that overwhelms their free-spirited souls. You know, our Sagittarians are our happy, fun bunch group, okay? They're our adventure seekers. They like having a good time. Sagittarians like to smile, laugh, party. I'm telling you, they are the fun bunch of the zodiac signs. So coming to them with a problem of a negative sort kind of messes with their happy-go-lucky outlook, okay? Because Sagittarians are used to people being happy around them, okay? That's typically what happens when you are around a Sagittarian, because they have such a positive outlook. They're usually typically talking about the next adventure or the adventure they've just had, or you want to try something new, or where they're going, their plans. Is they usually try to keep things positive. So when you're approaching a Sagittarian with something negative, they become guarded, okay? It's bothersome to them. And they really weigh whether or not it involves them at all, if they want to be bothered with whatever this issue is that you're having. Now, obviously, if they're in a relationship with you, they probably have to take the issue to task. But if you are dealing with a Sagittarian and you work with them and you find that when there's trouble, that Sagittarian is out of here, that is because it bothers their mojo. Okay? If it is not their problem, a Sagittarian is not going to make it their problem. Not going to happen. So, all right, let's talk about it. Got a Sagittarian. It's your problem, and that's Sagittarian's problem. So, how do we solve it? Well, you're going to bring up the conflict to the Sagittarian in the most pleasant way that you can, okay? Typically while you're in the midst of doing something else, so that they have somewhere else to divert their energy. As I said to you, they're the fun buzz. They like to keep things happy and positive. So here you come with your mess. That's what Sagittarian is thinking. Here you come with your mess, messing up their perfectly fine day. You know, right, Sagittarius. Okay, so you're going to do that somewhere, you know, when you're making dinner together, perhaps. That's a great time to talk to a Sagittarian about an issue. While you're out shopping together, putting away laundry, something so that they don't actually have to just be intensely hit in the head with whatever the issue is right away. Now, of course, they will stop what they're doing and give you their full attention, because the Sagittarian doesn't want someone around them who isn't happy with the situation, okay? They're not punks about it. They would just rather, if it's not an issue, don't make it one. But now that you brought it to their attention, or if it's Sagittarius bringing it to your attention, then they're going to want you to focus and hear them out, okay? Now, if the Sagittarian, in the midst of you divulging what your issue is with them, especially if it's one, and it can go either way. I was going to say especially if it's you bringing it to them, but that's not necessarily true, because a Sagittarian can bring an issue to you and then need to walk off. Okay, they're going to drop their bomb. That's what it's going to feel like. They're going to say it because, you know, the Sagittarians can be quite blunt. So they're just going to bum you and hit you with it. It's going to feel like you got hit in the head while you're taking a nap, but that's okay. And then they're going to retreat. And they do that so they can get their thoughts together, because it's an overwhelming sensation of an alternative emotion that they don't typically dwell in. Okay, but they don't want to get too savage, because they do know that they can. Okay, and that's not what they want. They want amicability. They want resolution. So if your Sagittarian needs to walk off for a minute to regroup and get it together, don't be offended by it. Let that happen. Okay? They're going to come back. All right? Relax. They're coming back. Okay? Sagittarian knows a little bit about everything. Okay? And they love to learn. That is the joy of having a relationship with a Sagittarian. The problem comes in is that when they have exhausted all the parts that they know, and now you're to the new stuff, keeping them engaged, wanting to learn more and wanting to learn more with you, or that they've, developed an interest someplace else, which can be frustrating to the partner, especially if your Sagittarian came in guns a-blazing that they really wanted to know this, and now, not so much. It happens, okay? Fire signs. Alrighty, so they will usually concede to you in an argument to anyone who can teach them something. So if you can, in this disagreement with Sagittarius, say, okay, yes, you were right up A, B, and C, but what you weren't aware of was D, E, and F happened, okay? That's our issue. Alrighty, so Sagittarian is listening to you, and they're like, okay, make it make sense to me. Show them G, H, I, and J is beneficial to them, how it can be something that can be a positive outcome, even if it's not necessarily a positive experience, the outcome will be better for the both of you. Then you're going to get Sagittarius to buy into what's happening towards your resolution, okay? Teach them why their point of view on the subject may be incorrect, and help them understand more about the issue at hand. As I said, if you can take the negative and turn it into a positive for your Sagittarian, whatever that issue is, they're going to be on board to work towards the positive solution. However, if the whole problem boils down to just opposing opinions, you might as well go on ahead and agree to disagree with your Sagittarius. Okay? Because if they have made up their mind about this specific thing, and this is probably your third or fourth time revisiting this issue and they haven't budged off of it, listen, find a way to put this issue to bed if it is not an issue that's going to kill the relationship. Okay? Because they're not going to let it go. No. That's how Sagittarius feels about it. That's how they're going to feel about it until they decide they don't feel that way about it. You're not going to make them feel another way about it. You're not. They don't care. You can rough them up. You can do whatever you want to do. But after it's all over and all that punishment and whatever you decided you took them through, they still going to be right there holding on to their opinion. Yeah. They're going to tell you about it too. So, hey, you got to know when to cut your losses with a Sagittarian, all right? Pick your battles. If they've decided this is it for them and they mean that, they mean that. They're not playing games with you. They mean that. They're not coming up off it. Okay? Write that down. All righty. Now, present your discussion for your Sagittarius as a possibility of reaching an agreement. As I said, you want to take any negatives and turn them into a positive when possible. You want to lead with that. You want to say, okay, we have an issue here. However, we're going to resolve this. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to fix this. 1, 2, 3, chop, chop, done. We're going to make the adjustments. Move on. Because the Sagittarius needs to see the positive side of things. That's where they operate from. They operate from positivity. That's what comes naturally to them. Okay? They naturally think things are going to work out well. The issue comes when they get an adverse reaction to what they thought. But mostly, they approach situations thinking success, thinking we got this, we're going to win this thing. Okay? So if you get as far as holding an optimistic, cheerful, and sincere conversation with them during the process of the dispute. Okay, so you're discussing the dispute, but it's happening in a respectful manner. You're both bantering back and forth. You're hearing each other. You're dialoguing, okay? But it hasn't become a personal attack. Don't do that. There's no need for that. If you can do that while having a dispute with a Sagittarian, all is right with the world. They're hearing you. You're hearing them. You're moving towards a positive resolution. That's what they are thinking. So if you are moving with that same energy in this dispute, all the better. Okay? Do not, I repeat, do not back a Sagittarian into a corner. Lord, listen to me. Let me say it to you again, because I worry about you. I do. Do not back a Sagittarian in the corner. They are going to get out of that corner. And they're going to get out of that corner with this thing right here, in the middle of their face. Yes. Listen, a Sagittarian's tongue is lethal. You would rather them hit you in the head with a hammer than some of the things that can come off the cuff of a mouth of a Sagittarian. They're going to cut you in there, cut you deep, hurt your feelings, injure you for life. All right? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to make it a situation where they feel like they have to just take you out in order to be heard in this discussion. Don't do that, okay? Let them have the freedom to Back away, retreat, think about it. Give them a second. Don't be all up on top of them. Don't act like you just going to take it there with them. Because if you flip that switch and you decide you're going to take it there with a Sagittarius, they're going to fight you. They're going to take it there with you. And then you're going to be sorry you did it. So listen, just don't do it. I'm exhausted for you. All right, so don't back the Sagittarian into the corner. All righty? Don't do that, because they're never going to come to an agreement with you just off general principle, just because you got them out of their happy disposition and now they want to take your head off, okay? Literally. Not that they're going to, but, you know, they're going to be thinking about it. So don't do that. They will no longer hear you. It's about fight or flight for them, and so they're in the fight mode. So the conversation's over. It's dead at that point. So just walk away. All righty? Now, how do you win? How do you win in an argument against a Sagittarius? Well, fighting with a Sagittarius is like getting hit with the blunt object in the middle of your sleep. Because you just don't know what it is they're going to say. You know, a lot of times in our conversations, people have a tendency to soft shoot things and to try to go into things lightly. That's not necessarily the Sagittarian's point of view, because as I said to you, there are fun bunch people. So if you're already coming to them with an issue, you've already messed up their rainbow. So they're going to hit you. That's just what it is, okay? So you have to be prepared for what may come at you in response from your Sagittarius, okay? They're not exactly known for their social graces and their tact. They're more known for their blunt tongues of fire. So you have to know that. And wherever you decide you want to get it on with a Sagittarian, then that's exactly where it's going to happen. All right? The best way to actually win an argument with a Sagittarius is, number one, be prepared to have a thick skin. Be prepared to hear whatever you need to hear coming back at you from that Sagittarius, okay? Or at least act like you can take it. Right? When they give you a gut punch, you can't buckle. You just gotta square your hips, square your shoulders, bend your knees a little bit, and just go with the punch. Just take it, okay? Don't react. Just take it. All right? And then find a way to weave your point of view into one of their philosophies, okay? Because a Sagittarian will talk to you about what they think, what their dreams are, where they're going, what their plan was. Okay, so now if your issue is one which you feel diverts from what they said they were going or what was happening, then you need to show them that. Okay, have some hard facts, not wrapped in some toilet paper of insult, because they're going to give it right back to you, but just plain facts. This is what the issue is. It's contrary to what I thought we said we were doing. I thought we were about this, or this was the point of the project, or whatever that is that you're going to say what is a known fact. They like facts. Keep it at facts. They're going to hear you, okay? And do it while you're both in the middle of something. Don't make it seem as though this is some kind of planned ambush. Don't ambush a Sagittarius. Don't do that. Don't even give the appearance that it's an ambush. No, nice, light, easy going. Oh, by the way, I want to talk to you about something. If it's something that's a really heavy subject and you know that the blowback from it is something that might cause an intense reaction. Then you might want to say to your Sagittarian, listen, I want to talk to you about something. It's kind of a heavy subject later. Let me know when's a good time. And give this Sagittarian time to prepare for that, because you'll have a much better reaction and a much better outcome to whatever the issue is when you give them time to react in a way that is positive. Because as I said to you, Sagittarians like positivity. That is where they like to see. They like to see the positive in all things when possible. Okay? Don't have them feeling boxed in. Let them know that there are always choices. Give them what you would like the outcome to be. Hopefully, it is one that is positive as well. Okay? Because they've got more important things to do. If you've laid out where you think that this could work and this could fix whatever the problem is, and it's agreeable for them, it's not something that's so egregious or that they couldn't agree to, then chances are they're going to try to go that way just because they like to keep things amicable. And besides the fact, they really rather be out there having fun, doing something they want to do, than listening to you boo-hoo on their shoulder. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know. People say a lot of different things about Sagittarian, but listen, they are fair. They like to have a good time. They are all about the smiles and keeping things positive. So what's the problem? So if there is an issue, approach it from the standpoint, bring the energy into the issue that we're going to resolve this thing, and chances are that's exactly what's going to happen. As I said, remember, if your Sagittarius needs to retreat right in the middle of a conflict, by all means, let them. They're going to come back. They just need to regroup. They probably felt themselves getting ready to annihilate you with something coming out of their mouths. They thought better of it. So let that Sagittarius have that 5 minutes if that's what they need, and then bring back to the table so you guys can work towards a peaceful resolution. Okay? Alrighty, so there you have it. That's how you win an argument against a Sagittarius. Are you a Sagittarius? Did I forget something? I claimed you guys pretty fairly. You guys get a bad rap sometime. I don't think that's fair. So, I'm your girl. I got you. I try to get rid of all those myths and misnomers, those bad labels they put out there about you whenever I can. Alrighty, I'll see you in the comment section, Sagittarians. Are you involved in a Sagittarian? Is there a way in which you resolve conflicts in your relationship with them? Leave it in the comment section below. We'd love to hear all about it. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe. And until I see you next time, take care of each other. Bye-bye.